Season's greetings, armchair imagineers. Blue Dragon 5 here, ho hosting some holly jolly debates. Because you guessed it, Christmas right around the corner. Tonight's winter wonderful topics are the following: Best movie Santa Claus. What Disney location do you sculpt in lovely gingerbread? And who do you cast as Lady Scrooge? Anyway, no time to waste. Grab your hot cocoa to go, and let's board the magic sleigh as we head down to beautiful, scenic New York City and down to Rockefeller Center to the arena. In this corner, the Canadian who stole Christmas and possibly the game. With his laser-powered nose so bright, will he win the debate tonight? Let's find out with Lazerdude.
It's okay. I'm giving Christmas back. My heart grew 3 sizes, but I will say it's a medical problem. I'm gonna die in maybe by the end of this. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing like a seasonal ticking clock to bring out the best in our fighters, folks. In the opposing corner, the lawyer Santa Claus wants on speed dial when you need bags and bags of letters to exonerate or sue a Scrooge. It's Rohith Dhar.
I bill by the hour, but in light of the holidays, I do pro bono.
Yeah, and joining me on the Council of Legendary Figures, it's Tiki and Jacob Weil.
Ho, ho, how you doing, everyone? That was lazy.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to you all.
Good afternoon!
Good afternoon! That was good, Jacob.
Those of you that know, you know.
Anyway. Okay, so how we doing?
It's not an insult anymore, we swear.
Oh,
I'm doing good. I feel like I'm trying to get my losing streak off me, but like tinsel, it still seems to be stuck on me round after round. So here's hoping this is the final year I get rid of it all.
Yeah, Lazerdude, you've had an arc this year where you went from undefeated to on a losing streak.
I feel like I'm the championship team on like one of those kids things that just like wins so good, but all of a sudden just loses out of nowhere. But anyways,
Rohit, how's your holiday going, buddy?
I'm filled with holly and filled with jolly. I'm ready to deck the halls and win this debate.
Okay.
Time for a holly
your
jolly
lights.
throwdown.
It's the best time of the year.
And we have a comment from Theme Park Priest. Hi, everyone.
Hey!
hi everybody.
And of course, we have a Z and K channel, very eager for our little game.
Yes. All right.
Okay. All right, so let me do a little refresher on the rules. Of course, the way it goes here, we got 3 rounds. Count them, 3. Uno, dos, tres. Which we have the. You're going to reveal your pick that you've made for the main round. Sorry, you have your. You have the pick for that you have for the main round. Then your opening statement, and then it's a glorious festive fight to the finish. Of course, when you hear this sound, that ain't no reindeer, kids. That's R2D2. Of course, when he speaks, I don't want to listen anymore. When he speaks, that's the bell, and that means it's time for our panel of legendary figures here to vote on who made the best argument, and whoever gets the most votes gets, you guessed it, a point. A little gift wrap point. Oh, look, isn't it special? Don't you want to put it on a shelf? Anyway, so at the end of 3 rounds, I will present the holiday haypenny. Of course,
you know what I wished for? 2 halfpennies.
Hey,
Yep,
I get
you
that
only
one.
get one though. Only one. Yeah.
Ah,
So one holiday halfpenny, which will be offered to both of our players. A little show of faith. We like to reward them now and again, aside from torture them. That's the other side of the coin. Ergo, we're gonna give them a coin to do that. Of course, you know how it works. Lands heads. Yeah, you get a point. Lands tails. Not so lucky. You lose a point. Good day, sir, or better yet, good afternoon. And hidden in one of our merry rounds, the poinsettia peso.
Oh my god.
This lovely Spanish darling will be awarded to the winner of the round it is discovered in. Which round? It's Christmas. I don't know. I'm a good boy. I don't peek beneath the tree.
we don't know how the magic works.
We have no idea how the magic works. Christmas magic. We don't know how it works.
I'm dropping all kinds of references tonight.
Yeah. So, something you boys should be aware of. I would be derelict in my duties if I didn't tell you this salient, terrible fact of life. There is a penalty phrase of our little game here.
Can I explain, Dragon?
Go on.
Some of you may be familiar with the hidden within these phrases in this game. There are 5 secret words.
Oh boy.
Say any of these 5 words, and you will incur a penalty. That'll be decided by another coin.
This coin, nothing good happens when this coin flips, kids. You do not be on the receiving end of this puppy. Like one side spikes, the other side's acid. You do not want this thing to land on you.
And it's non-negotiable.
Yep. Anyway, so be on the lookout.
Now, I'll be keeping an ear out for if any of these secret words are uttered, and I will let it. And keep in mind, it'll be going to affect any time after the first round begins.
They'll be checking the debate, and they'll be checking the rounds and checking them twice, just for good measure.
Make sure if you've been naughty or nice.
Anyway, so of course, after the main round, we enter the speed round, in which all sorts of fun stuff happens, like questions you wouldn't believe, and it's gonna be it's gonna be slippery.
Seasonal speed rounds.
True.
All right.
Okay. Of course, name of the game is
Rudolph.
yes. Of course, the first to 5 points wins the game. Gentlemen, do you understand these rules? I've explained them to you both here this fine, festive Christmas evening.
I do.
I understand.
All right. Cue the randomizer. All right, Rohith, you're going first.
Okay.
Lazerdude, you're going second.
Okay.
All right, so round numero uno. Oh, sorry, one thing. Folks, we'll be asking this when we enter the speed round, but if you have any speed round questions, we will be taking them from the audience, and you will be able to judge who earned the point. You will be able to decide who wins a round. If
They don't necessarily have to be holiday related.
No, but it'd be nice. But you're right; they don't have to be holiday related. Just Well, I mean, then it's a holiday debate ticket, and we're not really themed to anything else. It should be holiday related.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know, but
Make it Halloween related.
You want to
Make it
turn
Halloween.
away live debate questions if they happen to not be holiday related? That's all I'm saying.
All right, fine. Yeah, honestly, okay,
Holiday
fine.
You guys
related would be
reserve the
great.
right
If they
to
can't
say
think of
no
a holiday
to
related
non-holiday.
one, and they can still think of a question, we'd still like to take it.
All right, fine. If anyone has any questions, we'll take it, because apparently we're desperate. We'll take it.
We are.
Yes. Anyway, round number 1.
We're still clawing up to 1,100 subscribers.
To be fair, Dragon, not all of the speed round questions are specifically holiday related either.
That's very true. Thank you, Jacob. All right.
Well, actually, I don't know. You're really okay. Fine, whatever. Anyway, so round
I'm backing up my reasoning with facts and logic.
I mean, you have one
All right,
question.
round
but we
one.
don't-
Come on.
Round number 1.
I want to be here at Christmas.
But don't you though? Okay. Which Santa has been the best depiction on film? Rohit?
Edmund Gwenn as Santa Claus / Kris Kringle in the 1947 film Miracle on 34th Street.
Lazerdude.
I chose Arthur from Arthur Christmas. It's a young Santa, a little bit of a different take on it, but I believe James McAvoy makes
Well,
that young version of Santa.
stop. Don't tell me any of that. Not yet.
Anyway, okay. I was just saying that. Yeah, James McAvoy.
All you gotta do
as
is just
Arthur
say who
and
you
Arthur
got, and then we'll turn it over to you. Say all your nice things about it.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Okay, Rohit, follow his lead.
Now, Edmund Gwenn as Santa Claus, or Kris Kringle as he's most referred to, in 1947's Miracle on 34th Street is the platonic ideal of Santa Claus in film. He has the gentleness, the kindness, the joy, the warmth that you expect to emanate from such a being that is so mythological, so revered among the hearts and minds of children everywhere in the world. In the film itself, what is the best reasons, or what are the reasons that, in my opinion, show this portrayal to be the best depiction, is Santa Claus is often a character or often a thing in our culture where it's something that is a passage in time. It's something, it's a period in which one believes in the idea of such a figure. A person that travels all around the world and gives presents and joy all around. And then as a maturation, as a transition from childhood to adulthood, you let go of this fantasy, let go of this optimism, this joy, this faith, for lack of a better word. And Santa Claus in this film, played by Edmund Gwenn, is such a great articulation of what the value of Santa Claus is to the world. The value of faith, regardless if it makes sense. The value of just belief. The ideal of fantasy being a factor in one's life. The sheer joy of imagination. Santa Claus in this film is put in as a figure to inspire and change others around them, particularly the likes of Doris Walker, a woman who is long been a pragmatist and realist to a fault. And through interactions with Edmund Gwenn, through him providing joy, providing just sheer love, to the point in which at the end of the film, where he is held on trial, where his literal liberty is at stake, there is mountains of letters that come in that profess this love to this man, this beyond a kindly, gentler man. And the thing that is most reflective of what Santa Claus means to just people in the world is a particular moment where a Dutch girl who was adopted by this woman approaches Santa Claus, played by Edmund Gwenn, and has a look of sadness. This is 1947. This is post-war Europe that she's probably coming from. And in just a few moments, Santa Claus speaking to this girl in Dutch and calling and referring to himself as Sinterklaas brings such a smile to this girl's face that she probably hasn't had a smile for a while. And the sheer joy, the sheer wonder, and it is contagious. It spreads around and brings joy to a city like New York City, an area, location that is often associated with cynicism, with doubt, with skepticism, with, forget the idealism, kid. You have to grow up. Santa Claus, as depicted by Edmund Gwenn in the Miracle on 34th Street movie, is a counterpoint. It is a refutation of the acceptance of cynicism as the way things are. Santa Claus in this film, through his love, through his kindness, through his ability to connect with people, regardless of station in life, regardless of background, regardless of circumstance, to reach to them and make them feel seen and heard, that is the value of Santa Claus. That is the value of Christmas. To beyond presents, beyond trees, beyond songs, beyond snow, it is the connection, the intimate bonding between human beings on this spinning world that we call Earth. And that is why Eb and Gwen playing Santa Claus and Kris Kringle is the best depiction of Santa in film.
Okay, Lazerdude.
Arthur Christmas is a newer movie, but I think it has the best depiction of Santa because of the question that the movie is asking. The question of the movie is, who is Santa Claus and what is the best setup for him? We have the older grandfather who he wants to do things the old way, ride it with a sled, take the reindeer the old classic way, but obviously he's out of touch with the times and the way the world has gone. We have Steve, who has the technology and wants to fly all over the North Pole in these massive technology jets, and he has efficiency to the T. But when one kid is left out, when one present accidentally gets left behind, he doesn't have the Christmas spirit to go and get it. The father, he wants to be Santa, but right now it's just all about being Santa. That's all. He is Santa Claus, but it's all about just being Santa, not actually being one. It's not about the kids. He's doing it for himself. And then we have Arthur, the kid who has the right idea. He doesn't care if we have to use the technology to get there. He doesn't care if we have to use an old bucket sled. He doesn't care about any of that. All he cares is this child is going to be without a present and she won't understand. He says, like, she will be the one child that doesn't get a present and she won't understand. And so that is heartbreaking to him. And so because of that, he will use any means necessary, any means within his power to get that child, just to make that child happy and to that child smile. We've never seen a Santa fight for a child's happiness like this. We've never seen a Santa go to the extreme lengths that he goes to just to bring a child happiness. And no matter what version, even though he doesn't have the beard and he doesn't have the hat and anything, I'm so glad that you took this photo because this is when the kid sees him and she really sees the Santa Claus in him. But obviously he doesn't have the look, but he has the heart and he has the soul and spirit of Christmas inside him. And that is why Arthur Christmas is the best Santa Claus. And that is why he was chosen as the successor in the next film, and that's why he was the right choice.
Okay, let's fight it out.
See, I think for Edmund Gwen's performance, he represents like the standard for which other actors that portray Santa Claus have to reflect their performance off of. And in that regard, for Arthur Christmas and for all the other characters that are Santa Claus or have been Santa Claus in the Arthur Christmas movie, they're working off of the standard, the blueprint, which is Edmund Gwen's performance. And
he played Santa Claus. I mean, just because you were one of the first people to play Santa Claus doesn't mean you are the only person ever to play it, or everyone is copying you. That's like saying everyone's copying Jack Nicholson because he played the Joker first. That's
no. But the thing is, it's sort of like how Citizen Kane is considered one of the greatest films because of what path it trailblazed for other films to emulate in terms of direction, cinematography, whatever. Edmund Gwen's performance is of that level. That in terms of his, demeanor, in terms of his posture, his way of interacting with children, his way of interacting with adults. Those are sort of, when we think of Santa Claus, all the things that we think about in terms of his demeanor, his disposition, his just the way he goes about the world, that all stems and that's all crystallized in his performance. Arthur Christmas, while he has the heart, is though that when people think Santa Claus, whatever they think in mind, Edmund Gwen is the closest and not the total personification of what everyone thinks Santa Claus is. And I think in that regard...
Yeah, but let's be honest. The whole movie is set up in a way where it's not 100% sure whether he actually is Santa Claus or whether he's crazy. We don't see him fly in reindeer. We don't see anything. The closest we get is that they go into the house and there's a cane left behind. And I feel like he doesn't do anything Santa Claus related other than what a mall Santa would do.
The value of Santa Claus. Santa Claus, like as personified by Edmund Gwen, he's without the bells and whistles of the reindeer, the elves, and all that. What is Santa Claus? He is simply a man who embodies the spirit of generosity, kindness, and goodwill on earth. That is personified.
And nobody satisfies that more than Arthur Christmas, who is just so much
the thing,
into the season.
But think back to his interaction with the Dutch orphan, his interactions with Doris, with Susie, with Mr. Gailey.
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the
Alfred.
mistake you made in your opening argument when you were like, the kids believed in him so much that they all sent the courthouse letters. That's not what happened at all. The people at the post office were so sick and tired of all their Santa letters, and they heard about this thing. It was like, hey, why do we have to take care of these letters? Why don't we throw it over at the courthouse?
In the actual scene, it's the postal workers looking at this envelope, and he mentions to his coworker, and his coworker, oh, there's like a bunch of letters, and they come up with sort of an idea, not because out of cynicism or just
let's get rid of them.
Of them,
get rid of them. That's exactly what they said.
They believe in Ed McGuinn being Kris Kringle. Like the fact that the adults,
they had not a single thing. Anyway.
They
did not. They did not. Anyone who's seen the field recently, they're just like, "Hey, I'm sick and tired of all these letters.
No, it's not.
And it's their problem.
It's them.
Anyways,
believing in the spirit of Christmas. There's the way that this scene plays
back to the point.
It's like, oh, like this is a really nice thing, and you see these like cool letters, and they really, if anything, they see the charm, they see the value that Kris Kringle presents to children, and want.
One of them didn't even know he was there. He's like, who is this? Why is this letter delivered to the courthouse? And the other guy says, oh, yeah, Santa Claus is on trial. I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, anyway, but let's get back to the main debate here, Santa Claus versus Santa Claus. And when it comes down to it, I just don't feel like the drive and the ambition in Ed McGuinn's. He's very nice with kids. He's very well behaved.
Santa Claus is not a character that's about
really
Santa Claus is about showing love. It's about connecting with people. If you think back to his interactions with Alfred, the teenager janitor who he makes good friends with, who feels so isolated, so alienated by the psychiatrist, him interacting, him reaching out and making a connection.
And beating the guy with a cane, let's not forget.
It's not reindeer. It is the indomitable human spirit to connect, to share
with the
love.
Head of the psychiatrist with a cane. That's Santa Claus for you. He hits people. He gets committed.
And in the movie itself, it's acknowledged as a mistake, as a flaw. Santa Claus can be a human being. And that's, I think, the wonder and joy of Ed McGuinn's performance. He's such a great person that even when he makes a mistake, he owns up to it. He knows that it was a flaw. He admits that Santa Claus is not like this like mythological can't do no wrong figure in this movie. He is a genuine human being with
he doesn't even convince those around him that he's Santa Claus. At the end of the movie, the guy character, his lawyer, is like, I fooled everyone. I took everyone and screwed them.
The judge's wife is on Kris Kringle's side. Like, it's, if anything,
they're on his side as a person, but they don't necessarily believe. The girl does. The little girl,
they're on his side. Then that means that they have a genuine belief that he is the real deal. And the judge is persuaded by the fact that there's mountains of evidence.
No, the judge is persuaded because his PR is at stake and everyone's going to hate him. And this was the easiest solution out.
If it was just the PR, then he would have.
His grandkids hated him because he had Santa Claus on trial and he wanted to be the good guy.
All the effort of getting the evidence and making a resounding beyond reason, this in this case is a clear convincing evidence because this is a civil confinement thing, but that's besides the point. Mr. Gailey, in doing the effort, doing the work, has shown that there's a societal acceptance. There is a genuine collective belief in Ed McGuinn being Kris Kringle, being Santa Claus. He didn't show the reindeer. He didn't show through like any magical supernatural aspects. He showed through his sheer human spirit, through his disposition, through his demeanor, through just his presence. And
you keep on bringing up human spirit, but nobody has the bigger spirit than Arthur Christmas. The kid reads all the letters that the kids send to Santa Claus, and he has such belief in his father, and it's heartbroken when he finds out that his father isn't even up.
Him being Santa in the Macy's store, he has a children sit on his lap. listens to them, he talks to them.
I noticed you talk a lot about your character, but not about mine. You don't have anything to say, I guess.
No, because what I'm saying is that Arthur Christmas, he's very enthusiastic, very energetic. But the thing is, he's also kind of has to compete with these different Santas and has to kind of just,
he's way different from Edmund Gwynn. He has the holly jolly where Edmund Gwynn, he's it's definitely very nice and enjoyable, but I wouldn't call him jolly.
No, Edmund Gwynn represents Santa at its most purest, no frills form, the most basic essence. When you think of Santa, you think of someone that
Arthur represents Santa as a person who's also an inner child himself. And that is someone who I believe is more like Santa.
Him as a person is a person that is timeless. Him being as old as you talk, but older than you.
Okay, that's it. I've heard enough. All right, Jacob.
Oh. You see, this is a tough one. Actually, even though I am kind of more leaning towards one side than the other, you both raised good points. You both did raise really good points, though I heard more against Miracle on 34th Street Santa, but so I think I'm going to go with Lazerdude on this one because he laid more out and had the overall better argument.
Tiki.
Yeah, Rohit, I totally appreciated your passion in that opening, but I gotta tell you, man, the book report length of that did not do you any favors. With this whole argument, I feel like it's a really interesting matchup because Arthur Christmas is essentially kind of like a modern day almost reinterpretation of Santa. Whereas what Rohit was arguing was that, the Miracle on 31st Street Santa was essentially the most the Coca-Cola classic Santa Claus, if you will. But I think the moment that really won Lazerdude the argument, and I was already kind of being swayed just by this fact anyways, but then Lazerdude kind of pointed it out, and I was like, yeah, that you got it, is there was really not a lot thrown at Arthur Christmas. Really, that whole debate, I got to be honest with you guys, that wasn't a great debate, just in the fact that you two were really just going in the weeds on plot hole shit that really didn't make much of a difference either way. But just ruling it out, I definitely heard more conversation against Miracle on 34th Street. So gonna have to give it to Lazerdude.
Yeah, so not that my vote really counts at this juncture because the decision's kind of made already, but I think it's a clean.
Right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think it's a clean sweep for Lazerdude because, kind of as already been said, that it felt a little one side and not the most auspicious start in terms of getting into the weeds on Miracle on 34th Street. But I think I might be giving Lazerdude too much credit here, and this is just a warning to Rohit. It feels like he kind of fell into a trap almost.
Dragon, I got that same vibe. I
could be giving Laser too much credit, maybe thinking he's much smarter than he is, for all I know. I like to think perhaps he soaked us some strategy from all the Survivor talk, perhaps. I don't know. But
maybe this is maybe he's been hustling us the whole time.
It's entirely possible.
And this is going to be like a clean sweep.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Honestly, it feels like he potentially knew. I don't know how much he could anticipate this, but perhaps he kind of knew. Okay, Rohit's really taking the bait on Miracle on 34th Street, and he's just digging into the semantics, knowing that Rohit either will just get distracted by that and not talk about Arthur Christmas, or maybe just overwhelmingly realize that Rohit doesn't have much of an argument against Arthur Christmas. Either way, even if he had an argument, it really got distracted and got lost in the shuffle. There you go. Lazerdude he kind of pulled the wool over his eyes.
Yeah, I feel like it was victory by way of distraction in some ways.
And if I'm being frank, Rohit's opening didn't really have.
Again, Rohit, I appreciate the passion behind your opening, man. It's just you did. You legitimately had a full-on essay there.
The best point that Rohit had to me.
It was a great essay and great
Great
analysis.
the best point that Rohit had, in my opinion, was the whole the fact that he didn't need anything to prove that he didn't need like a big show of proof that he was Santa Claus. Like he distilled the essence of the character. I just felt that he leaned far too heavy into it's essence, man. He's the original Santa, yeah.
and also to be fair, Lazerdude really didn't say much about Arthur Christmas either.
But he didn't have to, so that's what kind of it's a little sad about it, but I think he said everything he needed to in his opening, though. But
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, he did more attacking. Just say he did a lot more attacking than defending.
That's true. That might be his folly.
He didn't need to do much defending, though.
Could be his strength, could be his folly, could be his secrets out. Who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, moving forward, guys, more try and balance out your attacks and defenses.
Yeah. Defense. Okay.
Anyway, so again, round number 1 goes to Lazerdude, so it's 1 point on the board. Jacob, did someone say the secret word?
I'm checking the list.
Are you checking it twice?
Actually, I'm going to check it 3 times.
God.
It's kind of overkill, but go ahead.
That's a little excessive there.
Well, there's no kill like overkill. But believe it or not, Dragon, one of the words was uttered.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But not by one of the contestants.
Unfortunately, yes. So someone said the word during this round, but it was not our players.
Okay, that's very interesting.
So I hope you guys were taking notes while you were arguing plot details.
Right.
Watching the live video right now, rewinding.
Oh my god! Please don't.
Anyway.
The echo would be pretty bad.
Okay, Dragon. What about the coin?
Well, let me see. Oh, got one in my pocket here.
It's like the theme park priest is asking, "Do judges get a penalty?" No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Benefits of seniority.
Yep.
we
got the coin.
We're of a higher rank.
Wait, you got the coin? You got the coin?
We got it.
Oh boy!
Is it the coin, Dragon?
It's the poinsettia peso.
The poinsettia peso.
Already? Wait.
Yeah.
There
I
we
just
go.
got this point.
Well, let's see what happens.
Do you want to flip for it?
No! I don't know if I'm going to get anything else in this whole round. So, no, I'm not going to get rid of my only point, possibly.
Well, you know what? Good news, because this was not actually the coin. This was a test. This was, in fact, this is a chocolate coin I had.
Are you serious, Dragon? Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. This is a chocolate coin from Hanukkah.
Wow. Okay. Well played, sir. I had to, go out of the screen share and everything. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Okay.
Oh God!
All right.
I know what Lazerdude's thinking right now. How far would he have gone with that bit if I flipped that?
Right.
I get to the final round, I win. That wasn't the coin at all.
Yeah. Dragon. If you said yes and he flipped it, would that have been the real coin then?
I'll never tell.
Oh my God!
Well, I guess in this case it's Schrodinger's coin.
Yep. Okay, brings us to round numero dos. On the second day of Christmas, which Disney landmark and or location do you turn into a gingerbread structure? As in, anyone under the sun counted here, folks. Could have been from the Disney park, could have been a fictional landscape, whichever kind of notable location or landmark associated with the Disney company would have been available, and let's see what our players picked. Rohit.
I chose Machu Picchu from The Emperor's New Groove.
Now, Rohit, just to be clear, the image that we have is correct with what you were thinking, right?
Yes.
Just making sure, the house on the hill for the kids out there.
Correct.
And we have, because there was confusion whether or not that was actually referred to as Machu Picchu or not.
Right. Okay. Lazerdude.
I chose the Seven Dwarfs Cabin.
Now what film could that possibly be from?
From Snow
Cinderella.
White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah. It was a joke. Apparently, it wasn't that funny, so I'm going to mute myself now.
Thank you. Okay.
That would be a twist if they crossed over with the Seven Dwarves in Cinderella. Good old Walt Disney, like paving the way for the cinematic universe.
Well, remember, Jiminy Cricket was almost.
No, I know, yeah. Well, Jiminy Cricket was in Snow White, and then Jiminy Cricket popped out. Yeah, all right. Anyways, that's a whole rabbit hole.
Anywho, history lessons aside, let's. Who's hungry for some cookies? I know I am. Rohit, dazzle me.
Machu Picchu from Emperor's New Groove would, I think, be the best landmark location to turn into a gingerbread structure for a few reasons. One, it differs from the typical mold of, instead of just a generic, 1 or 2 story gingerbread house, it's not just houses, but a hill. Emperor's New Groove is one of the more underrated films in the Disney canon. And this is a very iconic location that I think for people that are of a certain age can immediately recognize. It's an interesting challenge for anyone that's really into those like baking shows or shows where they have to make like really extravagant structures. So I think for anyone that's in the culinary arts or just really an amateur baker will get into the fun of making such a structure. There's also just the sheer interesting components of, maybe putting frosting as like the roadway, just putting like the little cart, the gingerbread homes on there, maybe having the hills have sort of a mix of chocolate or cheesecake, just whatever cake combinations you can think of as the centerpiece of it. And as such, what makes it such an interesting, and I think the best use of the gingerbread structure is that there's just variety. There's a lot of, it just, when you say you go into a home and you see a gingerbread version of the Machu Picchu, it just stand out. It's something that you can impress people of. It's something that's also really kind of culturally unique because you don't really think of incorporating, say, Mesoamerican or Latin, iconography or art into the sort of the mix of Christmas spirit. And I think Machu Picchu is kind of a cool way of doing something unique, doing something different from the traditional, gingerbread house mold, which typically is taking like old European house designs from like the 19th or 18th centuries and just recreating them. This is like just more, different. This is just something where you can have a lot of fun and customizing each individual home and customizing like what you put on the hills and the roadways. There's just a lot of variety in terms of creating such a gingerbread house. And because of the variety, you can have a lot of different flavors or just a lot of good, pastry combinations in composing such gingerbread structure that can be enjoyed by family members, friends, loved ones alike. So overall, in light of all these reasons, that is why Machu Picchu is the best Disney landmark location to turn into.
Okay. Lazerdude.
Well, when it comes to gingerbread, I thought simplicity is key. You need something that's going to be made by these blocky gingerbread stuff. So I thought, what is an iconic location that is also the right sort of fit and shape? And I thought, absolutely, it has to be the Seven Dwarves cabin in the woods. First of all, cabins are very Christmassy. They have that sort of Christmas feel to it. You add a bunch of snow around this area. It's not changing its theme or anything all that much. You have, of course, just the peak looks of the house. That's very great. You could have a different candy on the front of it that would represent all the different seven dwarves, red one for grumpy, a brown one sneezy, a green one for dopey, and so excuse me, and so on and so forth. And so you have one big of those, chewy candies that represent all the different seven dwarves. You could get creative, maybe have some cotton candy as the smoke coming out of the chimney. But overall, I just think it would look good. It would be able to fit together. And I think it would just be the perfect item or the perfect location to turn into a gingerbread house because it's got the right element of simplicity, iconic, but also would look good as a gingerbread house.
All right, gentlemen, let's fight it out.
It seems simplicity.
No. Hey, you always go first. So I'm going to say it first. Why did you choose a place with all round?
Tricky for you. He's just giving you the most generic, traditional. All right, when you think of gingerbread house, you think of this. That my house. My structure is unique. Groundbreaking.
How are you going to make a gingerbread castle round? You're working with square, flat shapes.
You can mold it into a spherical shape. That's an interesting challenge.
Maybe a gingerbread expert could, but not.
You're just going for the most laziest, generic landmark that you can make a gingerbread house with. And also the idea of having, here's a different candy cane for each 7 dwarves. Yeah, that's gonna be fun for the 80-year-olds that are just looking at the gingerbread house.
Giving it to an 80-year-old. You're giving it to kids. I'm sorry. Who do you get? What 80-year-olds are you building gingerbread houses?
You have a lot of fun with the rows. There's more variety, man. Let's go for something fresh and neat. Let's not go for something old school. Just something that you can just.
Also, your location is a location that's supposed to be nice and sunny and bright. And not to say that you can't have Christmas in bright, sunny locations, but it's not gonna feel like a Christmassy
really not much
location.
You'll probably take half an hour max to really consume it. My Machu Picchu structure, you can take a while to look at it. You can eat it. There's so much more bang for your buck with Machu Picchu. Whereas with the 7 Dwarfs' home, it is the most simple, most conventional, most vanilla option you can pick for a gingerbread structure. Come on, ladies.
Absolutely, it is. Simple is the key to a gingerbread house. Look, I'm sure there are experts out there that could make a giant gingerbread house that is in a circle or whatever. When it comes down to it, this is something you're going to want to make with kids and stuff.
It doesn't have any sense of Christmas spirit or even echoing the holidays. But beyond that, the house. The house itself. Or you have a chimney, you have a triangular. Come on, this is the most.
What is your mountains made of? What are you doing with that? Are you making it a giant pile of dirt?
And you can try to cut it with a spoon or a knife. And the homes you can have really fun to make it authentic to how it's depicted in the movie. There's a lot more fun to be had in making said thing and eating said Machu Picchu gingerbread house. This is just okay, kids.
Gingerbread houses will all taste the same, okay? It doesn't matter what shape.
And I'll just play, whatever Christmas special.
When it comes down to it, though, if you looked at my gingerbread house with if it was made into the way of the 7 dwarves and you had the different candies representing the 7 dwarves, you would probably be able to guess what it was. If you looked at your gingerbread house, unless you were a diehard fan of Emperor's New Groove, you'd be okay, that's the house with the sombrero on it. What the heck is that about?
I would go for something that stands with the crowd rather than something that blends in with all the 125,000 gingerbread houses.
You're choosing a house to fit a gingerbread, not the gingerbread that needs to fit the house.
Come on, Lazerdude. You're telling me that the 7 Dwarfs home is the best?
Yes.
You're telling me out of any of the other structures that are more interesting to make, or more interesting to look at, you're thinking a conventional Germanic European home in the 18th, 19th century. That's the best.
It will feel Christmassy. Yes, it feels Christmassy. Yours will not feel Christmassy. It feels like it's on a tropical beach somewhere. It will feel like it's the holiday. It's going to be able to be made and not need a degree in gingerbread in order to make it.
From basic. Machu Picchu has more flair, has just more fun to be had in making it and eating.
Your house is also small. It's they're both really small.
If it falls, that's the fun. It's a treat. It's something you can eat. It'll be messy, but it's fun.
In one bite.
Just be of course, simple. Of course, a typical.
Yes, simplicity is what you want for a gingerbread house. You don't want to get too crazy. Otherwise, you're going to need a buttload of gingerbread and throw most of it away because you have to cut every little corner to get just a spherical shape.
An exciting way to make gingerbread homes. This is not exciting.
I tell you, you would waste 100 times more gingerbread making your house, and I could take all the pieces you threw away and make mine. That's what I'm saying here. Yours would just be a waste, and you would need an expert degree in order to make it. My gingerbread house, it is simple, but it's also an iconic location and can be easily recognized, unlike yours, which is not an iconic location and not easily recognized, and not even anything to do with holidays.
Let's just call it an audible and just make this happen. This is something exciting. This is something that's this is because we never see other cultures being integrated into the Christmas or aesthetic. So I think this is something that's really worthwhile in in making such a structure because you don't see other cultures being represented in it through other, like this is like the Seven Dwarfs home.
Okay, so if I said, all right, I challenge you to duel, let's make these into gingerbread houses, would you be able to pull it off?
Well,
yours? I probably would be able to pull off mine. Would you be able to pull off yours?
The fun of it. There's a challenge to it that I think people can appreciate, and whatever it looks like, it's something that visually stands out. And I think part of the appeal of gingerbread houses is
kids would give up before you would be halfway done.
Really well designed, and also like it's gonna be fun to eat. You got the hills to eat, you got the houses to eat. This one home, that's not bang for your buck.
What is the hill? That's a gingerbread thing? That's a gingerbread structure? Well, how is it even green? I mean, I guess you could have green icing on top, but you would have to cover the whole thing there. That's a thing.
So,
like, that's a whole grain wafer on its own.
I don't know if you have that tradition.
Okay. Let me just go on record.
I'm done. I just wanted to give that a round of applause.
That was the most intense debate about crackers I've ever heard.
Holy shit, guys, you went hard on that.
So. Let me go on record saying this is possibly it's just so funny to me. There's such an intense conversation about cookies.
I love it. It's so very on brand for Christmas.
Like, this is the most intense debate about crackers I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. So, my vote is for Lazerdude in this one. However, I want to make on record though. Personally, I agree with Rohith, but I think Lazerdude made the more impressive argument to me. So I'm gonna vote Lazerdude. All right, Tiki.
I'm gonna have to go Rohith. Here's the thing with me. I think Lazerdude got a little bit too caught up in the realism of it all. Whereas from the very beginning, I was not expecting these gingerbread houses to be like something anyone could make. I was imagining it from the point of view of like a big kind of like display gingerbread house that would be displayed like in a Disney resort hotel lobby or something. And I apologize if I didn't make that clear enough. Essentially, I did make the question open-ended for a reason, and basically I think Rohith went with what I was kind of more leaning towards. I do like the practicality of what Lazerdude's argument was, for sure, but I am going to have to give it to Rohith, especially because I really think that Rohith's argument really landed with the cultural stuff that he landed at the very end. I thought that was kind of like a nice cherry on top for me.
All right, I guess this is where I'm leaning. I guess it's my turn. Like, I will say, once again, very good argument, even if it is about gingerbread. It's like, I think that's the hardest you guys have ever gone at each other. And it's about practicality of gingerbread building. So, kudos. But in terms of the strength of argument and even disregarding practicality, I will have to go with Rohith as well.
Wow. Okay. Koski, he is Lazerdude. If it makes you feel better, Koski is very, very much. Oh God, he says I'm passionate about this too. Yeah, he's going off. Koski, it's all good. It's all I will say
in my corner for that one.
Well, I'm sorry, I cut out. That was Jake. What was your vote for?
Lazerdude. No, not Lazerdude. Rohith.
You said okay.
God, let's hope so.
And Koski's just like, I demand Lazerdude to win. I'd rather eat the Snow White house. So I'm sorry, Koski. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that, Koski.
All right.
Koski, but I always mess up his name.
Anyway, okay, so
no, it's all good. I mean, I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed.
He's enthralled. Darn it!
Oh man.
Okay, sorry.
So, ask a question only I would get right. Come on. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so it's 1-1 right now. Let me first off, let me search for that blasted coin. You know what I'm gonna check? Go check the stocking. Let me check my trusty Batman stocking here. Let me see what's in there.
I hope there's nothing in there except your other sock, like in Mr. Bean's Christmas.
Well, it's funny you meant. No, I'm kidding.
Yes,
No,
those are his Captain America socks.
Yeah, there are. No, there are socks in my stocking here, but unfortunately no coins, so no dice. But Jacob, did we happen to come across the word, dear sir?
Like, do you guys
gingerbread? We're screwed.
Like, do you guys trust me? We wouldn't make it that easy.
No.
Oh
Like,
God.
It's like, do you guys really want to know? Like, I'm gonna check the.
If we never find out, then we'll never know.
Going over.
Like, no, just leave him in suspense, Jacob. It's all good.
All right, I'll leave him in suspense just a little longer. Okay, suspense is up. Rohit, you have said one of the words.
Oh no!
No!
Bum,
no.
bum, bum.
No!
For one,
Oh God!
Koski, we're getting justice, Koski.
No!
for once it's not laser. For
Oh,
once
God.
it's not. For once it's not Lazerdude that said it.
He didn't foolishly say Condiment King again.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
I'm
God.
saying that word
What's
for the rest of my life.
It's like
You have to
a
face
pun-
the punishment coin.
All right.
Bum,
And
so
And Rohit, do you want to know what it is you said that incurred the penalty?
Yes, please.
Candy cane.
Oh, come on. What's the punishment?
Well, we don't
Well-
know yet.
Let's flip the coin.
Okay.
Let's see what happens to the boy. Remember, you don't want to land on tails.
And it landed on tails.
I
Oh.
spoke too soon.
Oh, come on.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna wait until the speed round to tell him what happens.
Oh man, that's
Is it-
brutal.
It's that bad.
Is it the one I came up with, Dragon? Is it the one I came up with?
You'll have to wait and find out.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So just don't let that bother you too much, Rohit. Just keep it loosey
Just so-
goosey.
Now, I just want to ask, can we say that word now going forward? Has the punishment been used up,
Yeah.
or do we still have to be aware of saying
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
Yes. The same rules as always. Unless dictated otherwise, just one utterance of any of the words. It's fair game for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you're fine. You know, Rohit set
But
off
there's
the-
other
set off-
words that might be out there still.
Yes,
Yes,
but
of course. I know. There's 5 words.
Right. Okay.
But they won't incur any penalty.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're done. It's like one trap has been set. You know, he basically sprung the Home Alone trap. He's done for it. He's goodbye skis. You know, he's a goner.
It's like, do you want me to tell you what they are? Get out of the way, or do you want me to wait till the end?
Well, let's wait till the end.
Okay.
Keep it going. I'm ready to go into the next round.
No, the words aren't in play.
Oh, they aren't?
No, they
No.
aren't.
I think they should still be in play.
Okay,
All right,
but-
fine. We'll
okay,
keep them in
okay,
play. You can thank
I
Tiki
think
for
there,
that.
I think there should still be an element of danger.
Okay,
All
shut
right.
up. Tiki,
Okay.
shut up. Okay.
Look,
All
I'm
right.
just saying it's an equalizer. You know, I don't know.
All right,
just
fine.
spice things
Tiki
up.
wants to put more bombs in the ground. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to tell him no.
All right, that means candy
The
cane.
night Santa went crazy.
Okay, candy cane is out then, but the other 4 are still in play.
All right.
Yep. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Question number 3. Which actress should be cast as a female Ebenezer Scrooge? Rohit, my lucky boy.
I chose the great Dame Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren. Lazerdude, the other lucky guy.
I chose the best actress of all time, Meryl Streep.
Okay. Rohit, dazzle me.
Helen Mirren is a iconoclastic actress. She's played Cleopatra in theater. She's played the Queen in the movie The Queen and has earned herself an Academy Award. She's been in franchise stuff like the Fast and Furious movies. What makes her the best choice to play a female Ebenezer Scrooge is in actually one of her early roles in the show Prime Suspect, where she plays a hard-nosed private investigator. And that performance, I think, is key to understanding why she would be great for Ebenezer Scrooge, the female version, is that there's a cynicism, there's an intensity, there's an anger that's bubbling under the surface that I think Helen Mirren, if you just, in fact, if anything, the photo that you have here on the screen, you can just tell just the sheer discontent, the contempt that just by looking at you, that you're a lesser human being. And that's what needs to be personified in an Ebenezer Scrooge. And that kind of, if anything, for a female Ebenezer Scrooge, it kind of needs to be more emphasis on, say, the stiff upper lip, a bit, being in England. And Helen Mirren just plays up to spades with her role in The Queen. But what makes Helen Mirren good beyond just sort of the traditional, dramatic aspects, the sternness of Ebenezer Scrooge, is that she has a level for comedy. And she has that in the 100-Foot Journey. It was a film where she played this like snobby restaurant owner. And this is a film that had Dev Patel in there. And just her comedic chops in interacting with Dev Patel and, sort of the shenanigans come with it, I think lends herself to being capable of going through sort of the comedic elements of A Christmas Carol. When, Ebenezer Scrooge is kind of being tossed away and is like moving about like as a rag doll as they're going through with Christmas past, present, and future. There's a versatility to the performance. The fact that she's British, there's no need for her to put on an accent. That's just her natural accent. In sense of her demeanor and poise, like there's this level of power that is kind of, just scary and intimidating. And that's something you need in an Ebenezer Scrooge from the start of A Christmas Carol. But there is a bit of, a vulnerability in some parts of her time as in the Prime Suspect show where she, breaks apart, where she feels a sense of sadness and is about to keel over and cry, or is near the point of it. That is something very valuable, very human, and just overall, I think with all these elements, in one person, one such talented actor as Helen Mirren, I believe she is the best choice to be cast as a female Ebenezer Scrooge.
Okay, Lazerdude.
Well, when it comes down to it, Meryl Streep has a reputation as the greatest actress or actor alive. And I think that is the perfect person that you want to be playing the role of Ebenezer Scrooge, or let's call her Edna Scrooge for this case. I think that the role of it has a lot that you need to consider. You have to be someone who is very much a soulless miser, someone who's all about money, who doesn't have any love in their life, who has put everything aside and has only let their love of money corrupt them. But then you have to accompany them on their journey, see them through their childhood and growing up. And I think the complexities of the character is something that Meryl Streep could pull off so easily. That is just in her wheelhouse. We know that she can play mean-spirited. We've seen it in The Devil Wears Prada. We know that she can play someone who's very emotionally vulnerable. We've seen it in countless films from her. We can see a character like herself move throughout that complex feelings. And I think the main thing with Ebenezer Scrooge is you have to buy it. You have to buy that they go from a hate-filled person into someone who is filled with joy and the love of the world and wants to share the Christmas spirit with everyone. And I believe Meryl Streep is the perfect actress to pull that off because we know that she's the best actress alive. We know that she can pull it off. We know that she can do everything. And unlike anybody else, can do it better than anyone ever could. And I think for a role like changing Ebenezer Scrooge from a man into a woman character, you're going to need somebody to really get people on board. And nobody, absolutely nobody, is going to be coming after Meryl Streep if she's the one doing this role.
Man, for all the crap Lazerdude you gave me for picking Tom Hanks to play Bob Chapek, Meryl Streep as that female Ebenezer Scrooge is probably one of the laziest casting choices I've seen. Seriously, Meryl Streep, the most popular actress, it would be hard to see her as a female Ebenezer Scrooge. You'd be just seeing too much of Meryl Streep just because Meryl Streep is such a popular actress.
People have been saying that about Meryl Streep for years, and it's never true.
Commitment to the craft, and because of her stature, because of her, authenticity as an actual Brit, you're asking Meryl Streep to put on a British accent that let's be fair. When she tried to do that, when she played Margaret Thatcher, it left a lot.
She won an Oscar. She won an Oscar. That's what happened. She won a flippin' Oscar. So
I mean, so did Helen Mirren. We got 2 Oscar winners, man. That like
yeah, but I'm saying she won an Oscar. You're kind of come at Meryl Streep for she's got to put on a fake British accent. Well, she won an Oscar for that fake British accent. So don't put that as a negative.
I mean, let's hold on. If you were to talk to the average British person, it is likely that they would be more comfortable with an actual Brit like Helen Mirren speaking as herself rather than
because that's a sexist thing. Come on,
like Helen.
Nobody said boo that Jim Carrey played a flippin'. Nobody played boo with Jim Carrey, who is Canadian. Played Ebenezer Scrooge.
Like she even played. She can play warm as she was when she was Russell Brand's mother in the remake of Arthur. Like she and her comedic, chemistry with Dev Patel. There is a lot more.
You're pointing at a lot of comedic stuff. I don't really see any
because it's not
scenes from
the thing is,
Ebenezer Scrooge.
It's not just comedy. It's just there is more versatility in Helen Mirren's filmography, and I think Helen Mirren could disappear into the role of Ebenezer Scrooge. Whereas Meryl Streep, because of who she is, it is hard for the average person to just see. Like Ebenezer Scrooge, they would just see Meryl Streep.
No, the reason Meryl Streep is the best actress of all time is because she always disappears in the role.
No,
you're always struggling to see anyone else except for the character on the screen. Helen Mirren, look, I'll give you this, Rohit. I'll give you this. Helen Mirren, not a bad pick. I wouldn't say it was a bad pick. I wouldn't.
No, but it's a better pick than Meryl Streep.
Versus Meryl Streep.
At a stage in her career where I think she's past her peak. In her acting performance, I think she's
Helen Mirren's in her 70s.
What was the last great Meryl Streep movie? Like August Osage County? Come on, man! Helen Mirren is a thespian. She is an actor's actor. I think Meryl Streep, God bless her, I love her. But the thing is that Meryl Streep, because she's Meryl Streep, I think there is a barrier for people to really.
That's your only point?
No, it's not the
only point that you have against her is that because she's too good at her job, people might not accept her. At this
point, Meryl Streep can kind of just put on an air and affectation of like strength and all that stuff. But Helen Mirren, when she plays the Queen in the movie, the Queen, she commands the screen. She has a level.
I don't feel the same level of mean-spirited from Helen Mirren as I have. Like she could just play the character in flipping like Deborah Wells' Product. She could just do that again, and
the most
she's already
simple-minded way of fan casting role. Helen Mirren has a level in her filmography. She can do drama, she can do comedy. There are comedic moments in Ebenezer Scrooge, and there's dramatic moments. And the thing is that Helen Mirren has the unique ability to do both and still have the character. All those moments have to be a natural expression of character. Whereas Meryl Streep, I think her
tell you what Helen Mirren won't do. Helen Mirren won't get people in the theater seats.
She's kind of phoning it in. It seems oftentimes whenever Meryl Streep does a performance nowadays.
Did you say she's phoning it in? No, absolutely not. Meryl Streep never phones anything in.
Meryl Streep
she got nominated for Into the Woods, and that wasn't even a good movie. I mean, when you have an actress of this caliber that you can do that.
Her stature career, less to do with the actual performance. When Helen Mirren's nominated for an Oscar, it's not only because she puts in a damn good performance. Whereas Meryl Streep, I think she's supposed to by her
only has one.
Laurels. She's resting her laurels. Helen Mirren is resting her laurels. Helen Mirren, when she commits to performance, regardless of her movie, she's in the Fast and Furious movie. She's in like Academy Award nominated films. She has a greater range of being committed to any character in any particular setting, and that is something that I see can be committed 100% to the role of Ebenezer Scrooge. Whereas
you say just because like she's a Brit and that gives her like any extra credibility.
No,
it doesn't. As I said, Jim Carrey played the role.
As theater
Scrooge McDuck was Scottish.
Meryl Streep, like the thing that I find the most problematic or at issue with Meryl Streep is that she kind of just sort of in her performances nowadays is just sort of you got triggered with the word phoning it in. I think she isn't really 100% engaged with the work, and she's sort of putting on a performance of how you expect acting to be. it's like if there's, I feel like you all know what like a stereotypical Academy Award nominated, like what's considered award worthy acting. Helen Mirren, when she acts in a way that's credible, that is authentic, that is respectful of whatever work or whatever genre she's playing in.
She hasn't
And
been in
I
anything
think
really
that
famous
leads
in
her to be
years.
a better choice. I mean, female Ebenezer Scrooge, whereas Meryl Streep, I think just her her star would just outshine her performance, would just hinder the audience engagement, the audience believability, the authenticness.
I feel like the main thing is that
And
you
it's
will
just
need an
no,
Ebenezer Scrooge that
Meryl
works
Streep
off of the other characters so well, and that is
Helen
what
Mirren
Meryl
can
Streep
work so
does.
well
Her
off of other
character
characters.
works off of
Whereas
all the other characters so well.
All right.
I still think they
You're
went
done.
harder. I still think they went harder over the gingerbread.
Well, I still agree with that fact, but yes. So, Jacob, what say you? Who are you voting for, buddy?
Honestly, this is a tough choice. They both made. I apologize for that, but they both did raise excellent points regarding them and like regarding these actresses' storied histories, and obviously all the roles that they played, and even cited various instances where they would lead straight well into playing Scrooge. Although I do have to lean towards Rohit's pick of Helen Mirren. I think he made a lot of more good points regarding, and even point out specific roles that could lead credence to her performance as Scrooge.
Oh, Jacob, I think you cut out on that last part.
Okay. It's like
It was Helen Mirren, Dragon.
Well, all right.
It's like what I'm saying. Like
No. We got it.
What I'm saying is he cited a lot more roles that could lead credence to her performance.
Okay. Tiki.
Yo, I am trying to not keep my personal bias in this equation because I do think that Meryl Streep is pretty overrated, and I kind of agreed with everything that Rohit was saying on that level. That being said, I also think that the arguments for Helen Mirren were particularly strong in regards to just being able to kind of disappear into a role. I like that he brought up stuff like the Fast and the Furious. Honestly, to me, the point where Lazerdude kind of definitively lost the debate was actually, for me at least, was when it was just kind of desperately like, but Helen Mirren works better but Meryl Streep works better in an ensemble. It's not just about the Scrooge. And I'm like, okay, like the dude literally cited the Fast and the Furious. Like that's a total ensemble movie, and she did great in those. So I don't know. For me, it was pretty clear cut that I think I agree that Meryl Streep was just kind of like a pick of like, all right, she's clearly the most popular actress right now, so got to give it to her. So yeah, my vote would be Rohit in this one.
I vote Rohit as well, so it's a clean sweep for Rohit.
Great.
So that's 2 Rohit, 1 Lazerdude.
Woohoo!
1 point of doom.
Mm-hmm.
And thus concludes our main round.
Yes, Jacob was the other words happen to be said.
I'm looking in Santa's magic bag. Checking the data, cross-referencing. Let's see. No.
All right.
You guys are safe this time.
Okay. All right. Go on.
I'm done.
No, I was saying I'm safe.
Cool.
Hope it has a penalty.
Let me check the. Let me check for that hidden coin before we go to the one you're getting. Let me check this very suspiciously wrapped Christmas present. Let me unwrap that. Okay, this one says I can open it now, so I'm gonna open it now. I'm gonna tear open that paper. Oh goody! What an exhilarating feel! I'm opening the box, and what am I seeing under the paper? It's another box. Just give me 1 second.
He really likes
unwrap it.
If you haven't noticed, audience, he likes to lay it on a bit thick.
Go ahead, Dragon.
Okay, let me just do a little some unfurling of some paper here, a little crinkle here, and I'm opening it, and Another box. It's a smaller one. We're getting closer to a coin shape, guys. Let me open this one, and it says, "I owe you 1 coin." Sorry, guys, no coin.
Wait, what?
No coin. Sorry.
Like, as I think,
There's no penalty for me.
There's still a penalty for you, little mister.
I was like, oh man, it's just.
You're about to receive it momentarily, but you're going to have to wait your turn.
Okay.
So, now we get to the holiday halfpenny, which is offered to both of you. And this is not a penalty coin. This is a coin where good things happen, but there is a risk, like with anything involved. Rohith, you feeling lucky, my friend? You're riding high with 2 points. Yeah, you want to flip it? Huh? You want to do a little flipsy? Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Nobody ever wants to take the coin anymore.
It's like mainly the people that have 2 points.
That's true, yeah.
Lazerdude.
No. Although I gotta say, I'm a little surprised Rohith didn't do it. Do you think that with all the possibilities in the next round, you might want to, like, it could be give all your points to me, so taking away wouldn't be that bad. It could be take 2 points away from your score, so maybe get an extra point wouldn't be that bad.
Last chance, Rohith.
Anyway, I say no.
Rohith, are you sure?
No, I just feel like it's gonna be like a Lazerdude, but we're baited to hurt myself.
Let's see how wise Rohith was. Tiki, press the button.
Oh my god, okay.
So now we're doing what could have been.
Yep. Oh.
Ah!
Wah, wah, wah. Well, we tried, Rohith, and I tried for you, Lazerdude. Oh well.
Neither of you got the heads.
Nope. Okay. So we now are entering the illustrious speed round that separates the men from the boys, and anything could happen. I mean, right now it's leaning in Rohith's favor, but that could easily change. So the way this works is it's 30 seconds, followed by a 15-second rebuttal. We are taking audience questions now. So if we got any questions, we are inclined to use them. And basically the person who submitted the question will be able to judge the round. Okay, gentlemen, do you understand these rules? I've explained them to you both here this evening.
Yes, I do.
Dragon, what about the penalty?
I'm so glad you asked. Okay. So Jacob, do you want to include the wheel on this? Because in theory we could.
Maybe for the next one, depending on when you want to deploy the penalty.
Well, we're going to deploy the penalty immediately, so that's why I'm asking. Should we?
We should probably save the wheel for later.
Okay, we'll do it. Okay, as long as we'll do a wheel question a little later in our merry game. But right now, the penalty that will be enforced in the first speed round question is Rohith is going to lose 15 seconds of his 30 seconds.
Ooh.
And
okay.
You're probably wondering, dear audience members, oh no, he's lost 15 seconds. Poor dear. Who does that sort of thing? And where on earth do those 15 seconds go? And I'm so glad you're thinking those thoughts. Because in the spirit of the holidays, in the spirit of the gift-giving season, because Rohith's such a swell guy, he's gift wrapped those 15 seconds and given them to his good buddy Lazerdude. So
That's just what I wanted.
Yeah.
Liz, how do you know?
So wait, and do his points go to the opening statement or his closing statement?
Well, we're gonna find out right now, Lazerdude. Do you want it?
Closing statement.
You want it for your closing, buddy?
Yes, I want it closing.
Yeah.
You got it.
And keep in mind, though, it's only for this round.
Only for this round.
Okay, Dragon, I gotta say, this is some Mario Party bullshit, and I'm all here for it.
It kind of the whole 15 seconds thing was technically my idea, but the whole giving it to the other person.
I love the giving it to Rohith thing.
That was his idea.
Okay.
All right, this is great.
All right, round.
So Rohith, You only have 15 seconds for both. Lazerdude, 30 seconds for both.
Oh man.
Got it.
Oh god.
Got it.
All right,
All right.
Tiki.
Let's get on with
Yo.
it, gentlemen.
Are there any comments we should read off before entering the speed round?
Well, there's one that I suggested that is kind of topical.
I meant comments before the questions. But...
Okay. Let's see. I mean, honestly, it's just a bunch of stuff about the gingerbread house volleyball. So I think we're good.
That's still the most intense round so far.
I'm gonna hope we get better questions than the one that's submitted. So I'm gonna hold off on that.
It was a sequel to the Chapik-Iger debate.
The one that I submitted is topical.
He doesn't have a beard.
He doesn't have a beard.
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right, let's see. Okay, you know what? I'm going to start with an old familiar favorite here. In honor of the 30th anniversary, what is the best song from Muppet Christmas Carol?
Oh, I don't know if we know both. I don't know if we know enough songs or
I do.
watching a while. I feel like you need to go for a different question.
Really? You don't know at least like one song?
I listen to this album all the time. But I mean, if it's, could it just be like a Christmas song from a medium for kids, not necessarily?
No, it's got to be
I'll do a
Muppet Christmas
one.
Carol. It's the 30th
I'm just
anniversary of
saying
Muppet
for-
Christmas Carol.
Wild drag.
But Rohit doesn't know, and I've had times where I didn't know the subject, and we've discarded questions.
Okay, let's move on to another
All right.
question then.
We're gonna move on to
One more
Okay, we're
Singing
gonna-
Christmas would have been
Well,
my answer, by the way.
Dragon, since they decided to move on from that, why don't we do the wheel question after all?
all right. We'll do the wheel question after all. Tiki,
Yo,
present us with
the
wheel
of
Bobs. Bob. So,
Look at all those Bobs, folks. There's Bobs, there's Roberts, just no Robs.
it's the
Or
12
Bobby, or Bobbies.
Yeah, no Bobbies are on there. Bobbies count.
Oh,
Just
there
no
are Bobbies.
Robs.
They were. Yeah. Well, anyway.
Okay. I actually do see one Bobby, so never mind. I'm wrong.
There you go.
We have two Bobbies.
There you go. I was mistaken. So ignore what I just said.
A little late for that, but thanks anyway. So, we have the 12 Bobs of Christmas,
Oh my
as
God.
you can plainly see. Not necessarily Christmas, not necessarily all Christmas related
Here,
Bobs, but
I'll make the actual list so you guys can kind of study them.
Mhm.
There we go. There's the actual list.
yeah, we got RDJ, we got Bob Sherman, we got Bob. You folks can
Iger, JPEG, Sideshow, Bob Terwilliger,
Bob Gurr.
so on and so forth.
Yeah, so the bottom two, well, you might want to scroll just for a moment, Tiki, so you can see it because it's blocked by round right now.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now they've seen them all. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to spin the wheel, you're going to win a Bob, and then you get the question.
All right. Rohit, you know what? Since you did win the last round and you're kind of facing against the odds, would you like to go first or second?
I think last time I gave it to Lazerdude, so I guess this time I'll go first.
Okay.
Keep in mind, you still only have the 15 seconds.
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah, I'm just out of the way.
Okay. Well, I will say that's a big one. Bob Gurr. Of course, anyone who doesn't know, Bob Gurr is a world famous Imagineer, most well known for creating pretty much all of the early Disney ride vehicles, as well as stuff like the King Kong animatronic for Universal Studios. Very iconic guy. So happy to have him in the debate. All right.
Let's see what
Yeah.
Lazerdude's going to unwrap for us this evening.
Oh boy. Is it going to be a fictional Bob? Is it going to be a mediocre Bob? Is it going to be an evil Bob?
Well, yeah, could be an evil one.
Man, the lag is killing me.
Yeah, I have to say.
Well, you know, it is an evil Bob.
Yeah, that's a neutral Bob.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's a topical Bob.
It's a topical Bob.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
definitely not an evil one.
No, you're right, Jacob. You're right. I'll walk that back.
Only Kelsey Grammer was the evil Bob.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I gotta say, I love this because Lazerdude clearly has like the uphill battle. So I love how this is all worked out.
We don't even know what the question is yet.
You're
so,
right.
Anyway, so best Disney Bob. Throw you a little softball there because obviously there's gonna be some bumps in.
Go ahead.
Rohith.
So, you guys are clicking out. I can't. Hello? Are you there?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I had a little bit of lag and a little bit of I think it's back now though.
Okay, Rohith, are you good? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Making sure. Okay.
As long as the fire alarm doesn't start going off again.
Why'd you mention it now?
All right, guys. All right. Okay, so Rohith, you've got 15 seconds starting whenever you start speaking.
Yeah, Bob Gurr is the best Disney Bob because he is the preeminent Imagineer. The Autopia, the Haunted Mansion, Disney Monorail. He is someone that inspires the best of the imagination that comes from Disney, the Disneyland parks, all of it. It is a testament to the spirit and wonder that is being an Imagineer.
Okay, I guess R2's not.
What is
Well, no, it cut out when he beeped.
Oh, damn it! That's a shame. All right,
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Lazerdude.
30
30
seconds.
seconds.
What is a better Bob than one that you learn a lesson from? And I think that Bob Chapek is the one that you are learning the lesson of how to learn from your mistakes. He's a guy who didn't necessarily do everything right. He was in a little bit of a funk, you got to say. But what did Disney do? They learned from him. So he's the best Bob because he put Disney back on the right track. Now, all this stuff that was going on that everyone is shady, it's gotten Disney off. Just like Batman and Robin was needed before Batman Begins came around, Bob Chapek was needed to learn the lesson for Disney.
Like Batman Robin is the worst Batman movie, Bob Chapek is the worst Disney Bob. He caused Bob Iger to come back out of retirement. He embroiled Disney in controversy regarding the Don't Say Gay bill. He messed up with the theme parks. He is the worst Disney Bob and hurt the spirit and hurt the brand value of Disney as a whole.
Yes, he definitely did all that, but that is good because he's a person that you learn your lessons from. You know, we wouldn't have the Beauty and the Beast movies of the world if we didn't have the Black Cauldron. We wouldn't have Pixar if we didn't have Home on the Range. So sometimes you need a person who just does things so badly that it turns a company onto the right direction. I think that was true back in the day when Disney was flailing around with whatever they were doing, and I think it's true now where you needed a little bit of a bad Bob in order to make it the best Bob.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Dragon set it up prematurely.
Yeah. Okay.
So who's calling this one?
Tiki.
Yeah, it's definitely Bob Gurr. I mean, come on. I think this is a classic example of the twist actually working out because you really don't need that much time to argue Bob Gurr in this situation. So yeah, my vote is for Rohith.
All right.
Hey, 3-1.
It couldn't have landed on Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
And keep in mind, you can still suffer this penalty if you guys say any of the other words.
Jacob, have the words been said?
Fortunately for them, no.
Thank God.
All right. Okay.
And
Here's...
we need to update the score.
What about the coin, Dragon?
I'm so glad you asked.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, I gotta admit, guys, I'm at another loss here. I have no idea where this coin... Wait a minute. Oh my guys, he's coming! Even though we were unable to use his question, it's a Muppet. It's Beaker. Wait, what? Beaker, what do you have there? Do you have... For me, a gift? It's the coin. Thank you. We got it, so it will be awarded to Rohith. Rohith, it's your coin, buddy. You want to flip it?
No, I'm good.
You're up to 3. Oh my god.
Are you sure?
Do we even have the coin at this point?
You
Is the coin
saw-
just broken?
You saw what happened last time, Rohith, when you did flip it. When you didn't flip it, you could have got a point.
Nope, I don't want to tempt fate.
Tiki,
Huh?
Yes.
flip the coin.
Oh.
The
right.
boy made a wise move this time.
Just think if you would have gone the point earlier, he'd be at 3 again right now.
Well, remember, you're gonna need that coin in case someone says the penalty phrase. So
I didn't X out the coin. I X out
I know
the wheel
yeah,
of bobs.
just a little reminder.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We're gonna try something experimental.
Oh boy.
All right.
We're gonna debate a perspective.
Ooh, I think
All
I know what this. I think I know what this one is.
I'm gonna give you guys an age-old topic that is debated every holiday season, and your response is gonna be yes or no.
Okay.
Okay, in favor of it or against it.
It's
You
like,
ready?
Can I
Yep.
can I reveal this one, Dragon?
Go on.
It's like it's the age-old question that people have debated for years.
Oh man, I
Is
know.
is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Or no? All right, who said
What's-
yes?
I did.
All right, Tiki, did you hear him say yes first?
I literally heard. Yeah, I heard them both saying it pretty much the same time, guys.
Well, what do you think? What's with the photo finish, man?
I'll say no. Actually, I'll say no. I'll
Okay,
change it.
there we go.
I'll
There
let-
we go.
Let's see
All right.
I'll let him
yes,
take
like,
it.
by default.
Okay, so who has what now?
Okay.
Rohit's going with yes. Lazerdude's going with no.
So who's going first then?
Rohit said it first.
No, I didn't
Rohit-
say it first. I like.
Right.
Yes.
We both said yes.
No, I
and
didn't say
so-
anything. He said
Oh.
yes, and then he changed his answer to no. I didn't say anything.
Oh,
You guys want to just flip for it?
If Lazerdude said yes first, then he stuck with yes.
Yeah. I thought somebody said they heard Rohit saying it also.
Well, you both said this is a
I
very,
thought I heard 2 people say something.
As-
No, I
okay,
think
so
That's what I thought I heard.
And Laser Dude that said something at the same time. I was.
So I'll stick with yes then.
okay. So Laser's going first with yes. Rohith Dhar is going second with no.
Okay.
I mean, no, it's an age-old question, but it's obligatory now.
All right, okay.
Okay. All those people who say that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, they always say, oh, it doesn't have anything to do with the Christmas spirit. But that doesn't necessarily make a Christmas movie. What makes a Christmas movie, it doesn't incorporate the holiday into the movie. And it does. He says, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. We got a whole lot of different Christmas carols being sung throughout the movie. We have, even though it's an action set piece, it is about a family coming together over the holidays. It's the most extreme version of that, absolutely. But that is what it's about. And he uses Christmas tape to win the day. Of course it is.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie in the sense that it doesn't really focus upon the holidays. A Christmas setting is just really incidental. It could be really any other holiday. You just really need John McClane to just show up and knock on your closet to win back his wife. And the overall reconnection and getting back in love with the family, that's something that could just be still in the movie without having Christmas be involved. If anything, you could switch our Christmas with Halloween, with your New Year's Eve, all that. Like, a Christmas movie has to be something where it cannot exist without the holiday. Die Hard could exist without the holiday.
I mean, look at the movie like It's a Wonderful Life. 90% of its plot is not at Christmas time. However, Die Hard, the whole plot is around Christmas time. And as I said, it is about family coming together over the holidays. It is in an action set piece, but it does incorporate Christmas into the action.
Die Hard being an action movie can just incorporate any other particular holiday setting. And as such, like, it doesn't really focus upon, generosity, John McClane being miserly, any of the traditional tropes that you think in a Christmas movie. It's just a setting, just as any other holiday could have been setting for that movie.
Okay, let's take a moment to deliberate here. Jacob, this was your question. Where are you leaning, buddy?
Honestly, I'm leaning more towards yes. Like for Lazerdude saying yes. I mean, like he raised a lot of good points. Like it technically is kind of extreme, but it does have the facets of a traditional Christmas movie nonetheless.
Let's see. Okay. Well, Jacob, this was your question, so it's your ruling.
Yep, I'm gonna go with Lazerdude.
Okay, so let's put him on the board. We got 2 Lazerdude, 3 Rohith. He's catching up.
Woo!
All right. So let's see.
Lazerdude, you're not back yet, right? I heard he had to step away for a second. So, Dragon, you might want to advertise the last couple seasonal shenanigans we have in the pipeline this week. Well,
yes, folks, we have 2 left on We have 2 left on shenanigans. And next up, we're talking the Snowman. No, not the Snowman. The Snowman, which...
But it's going to be impossible for us to not make a million Sean Connery Snowman jokes.
Pretty much. Anyway, so this is this is based on the children's book that has been adapted into an animated special back in '82, which has its anniversary, so we're talking about it. Then we have our big finale, which will be a seasonal classic.
One that was referenced earlier in this debate.
At length, yes.
And one that also has a big anniversary.
Yeah, I want to take a moment here. I want to Z&K threw some suggestions for the earlier topics.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yes, way back in the beginning, he said for the first round, he suggested clearly this is a death match between Art Carney, Mickey Rooney, Charles Durning, Ed Asner, or John Goodman. For the role of Santa, and basically, like, what if it was a death match in terms of, like, these Santa's going to be, I'm the definitive Santa. No, I am.
Okay, I know Ed Asner, but when was John Goodman's Santa?
If I'm right, I believe he was Santa in the the very obscure live action Year Without a Santa Claus movie they did with Michael McKean as I believe, the Snow Miser.
Huh.
All right, let's see. Then we have the second round. Okay, slightly off topic, but it's astonishing that the most obvious Disney thing to make a gingerbread display out of has never happened. The Cookie Carnival Silly Symphony short.
That would be a good short, but it's probably too much cookies to work with.
Yep.
Hey, I'm back.
Thank goodness. Okay.
Sorry about that.
And
my dog got into my wife's vitamins and tore the cap off.
Think about how healthy.
Fortunately, it doesn't look like she ate any, but it was like.
And it doesn't look like Z&K has anything for the third topic.
I want the point. Good. I just realized that. Can't wait to see all the
And the slow pony finally crosses the finish line.
All right. So,
you feel like taking a dive into some water?
I don't think so.
I'm so sorry.
All right. All right.
All right.
I'm going to die on this hill. We'll get to the question eventually.
we can do it now we can do it as a bonus round.
Anyway, so, Jacob, should we go with another tribute or a really funny one?
Which one?
A tribute or a really funny question?
Now let's do the funny question.
Okay. Inspired by Violent Night and Mean One, what Christmas icon should become a murderer next?
Kevin McAllister.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh, perfect.
A murderer.
Now, by murder, I mean doesn't necessarily mean like serial killer or anything. It can be, but it can just be essentially someone like, again, like these figures have killed.
I know who
murdered.
I would pick.
Jack Frost.
Which Jack Frost?
Well, it doesn't have to be a specific version. It can just be
Yeah,
Jack
it
Frost
does.
figure.
Yeah, it does. There's wildly different.
Yeah, there's like Rise of the Guardians and then Martin Short and Santa Claus.
Right.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
think the main
like-
distinction is like if you mean the Snowman, which clearly is not like a Jack Frost I would consider.
All right, which Jack Frost?
Or you could just say the mythological figure too.
The Martin Short Jack Frost.
Okay.
From Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause.
Oh, Jack Frost. I would have gone with Jack Skellington, honestly.
Huh. That would be interesting.
Like,
Can you murder people in Halloween Town?
And I don't see Jack as the murdering type, honestly.
So just to clarify, the question is like, which Christmas icon should be then a violent? Should have what?
Should be interpreted as a murderer next, since we've done it with Santa.
We have
and
to
we've
pick
done with
the reason
Grinch.
why they're murdering.
No, not necessarily. We just say like why they would be. Why it would make sense for
like
them
why
to be
and nowadays since they're making everyone into like murderers, or kind of like like what if Santa were fighting people but also kind of killing them in self-defense, and like what if you had like the Grinch is like as a kind of a slasher, like that sort of thing, like which icon should become one of those next?
Right.
Like which one do you add murder to? Okay, Lazerdude.
So Lazerdude with Kevin McAllister.
Yep.
Imagine being a young boy who has fought off criminals who have broken into his house. There is no greater rush that child will ever feel than that. Now he's grown up, but he doesn't know what to do with all this destructive thoughts. So what does he do? He goes full Saw. He starts kidnapping criminals, throwing them into a death out, and says, "Are you hungry for more?" And he just starts hitting them with paint cans, getting them to step on nails and glass and burn their hands with this hot fire poker and shooting them in the face. But now it's not a BB gun. No, he's got a bolt action.
Jack Frost has the power to manipulate snow and ice. He can freeze you out slowly but painfully. He can freeze a part of your body, rip it out, and just lick it like it was a popsicle. And it's played by Martin Short with his evil, creepy smile. And he just stares with the cold blue eyes where there's no soul, no humanity there. And as he's murdering the entire village, and his last Santa Claus is down for the count.
I can't really see why Jack Frost would do that, considering his main motivation is to make money. He's all about the commercial stuff. Sure, I can see him killing a guy, but only if it gave him more money. Him going on a murder spree doesn't really fit his character like it does for Kevin McAllister, who's just thirsty for more violence.
Kevin McAllister's only violent. It's just really an overdone self-defense. He isn't really intentionally goes after people and like jigsaws them or whatever. Jack Frost is a guy, he can kill a lot of people if he can make money off of it. He can do like a Hannibal Lecter sell the body parts as popsicles.
Okay. All right, I'm going to call this one. I vote Lazerdude.
Ooh.
It's 3-3 right now.
Lazerdude.
Okay. So
the words remain unuttered.
I see.
But there are still at the very least 2 more rounds.
Oh yeah. Okay, so in tribute to the passing of Kevin Conroy, and of course Bevy the Anime Series' 30th anniversary, a little quick draw for you. I want you to listen for both titles now. When I finish the second title, then you're going to pick one. Quick draw.
Okay. Oh, it's quick draw.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the better Christmas episode from Batman the Animated Series? Christmas with the Joker or Holiday Nights?
Christmas with the Joker.
Christmas with the Joker.
Okay, I heard Lazerdude first with Christmas with the Joker. Okay, I want to be clear on just so one point doesn't just get brought up, so we can spice things up a little, okay? When I said Christmas episode, that means I should have said holiday episode, okay? I just want to be careful with the wording now. What's the better holiday episode? Okay?
You read my mind, Dragon. I'm sorry.
Yep. I don't want you making that cheap shot.
Fine.
All right, so Lazerdude's going first with Christmas with the Joker, and Rohith Dhar is going second with Holiday Nights. The same, also, just I don't want the point made in general just because like the name is in the title. One says Christmas, one says holiday. That means you're instantly right. I guess I want to be very clear about that point on both sides. All right, want to dig just like a skosh deeper. Okay, we're all good. All right.
Okay. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Christmas with a Joker is such a classic Christmas episode that I believe it spawned off the classic Jingle Bells, Batman Smells thing that started it. It got ingrained in people's mind with it, and there's so much fun stuff in it. The way that he ties people up and makes them open presents, the way he makes people watch is like their mother on a train that's about to go over a cliff and die. It's tormented on that angle, but it's also really great in the perfect joke and setup where Joker gives Batman a present. You think it's going to be something terrible or a bomb or something, and what it is, it's a pie in the face. It's the perfect Joker episode, and it's perfect for the holidays.
Holiday Nights is the best holiday episode because it's not just restricted to Batman. You have moments where Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy shine. You have and doing their thing as you're poisoning or manipulating Bruce Wayne. You have Batgirl like interacting with Montoya and Bullock as you're trying to stop Clayface, and you have classic Joker just being his chaotic self. And it's old time in Nepo with Jim Gordon and Batman having a drink of coffee as they do for their annual holiday tradition. That's a classic.
I feel like Holiday Nights is too disjointed. We got 3 different stories, and we don't really have enough time to really focus on any of them and really get a feel for them. The only real good moment is Batman and Gordon having coffee at New Year's, and that's really about it. The rest of them are just goofy, silly, but don't really leave an impact.
I mean, Holiday Nights is emblematic of what the holiday is. Sometimes there's holiday specials that are goofy and cartoony, but that's the spirit of the holidays. And as such, with the different venues, you have different aspects of the Batman world being fleshed on the holiday and being tied with Batman and Gordon, drinking coffee. That's what ties it all together for holidays.
Okay. I'm voting Rohith on this one.
Right.
Okay. All right, so it's 4-3 right now. 4 Rohith, 3 Lazerdude.
Like I kind of suspected you'd vote for Rohith Dragon.
Well, come on, don't. I think you made a good argument.
Are you sure it's not personal bias?
You know what? Fine. We're gonna go back. We're gonna remove the point.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well,
Dragon.
no. You said it. Now you can't take it back. Now Jacob's gonna call around. I'm not kidding.
I mean Rohith then.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my god.
Dang it! I thought I had a chance.
Yep, you did. For a
You
brief
do
moment,
not
you did.
question Dragon's Batman opinions.
Okay.
That's why I'm.
Vicky,
That's
who
why,
will you vote for? Okay.
I mean, that's why I'm
I
saying
don't
that.
have strong opinions either way. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I was just saying that I had a point. That's all I was saying.
All right.
Okay. Okay, what is the absolute worst Christmas movie ever? I mean, I'm talking stink, stank, stunk suckers. I'm talking
Okay.
like, what is the worst Christmas movie
I
ever made?
Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck and James Gandolfini.
All right.
now
Okay?
I'm gonna choose one that I'm not sure if any of you will have heard of. You might have seen it or heard of it if you've watched Mystery Science Theater. It's called The Santa Claus. It's not the Tim Allen movie. I'll get into why it's the worst of all time.
Is that the one with Dudley Moore?
momentarily.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
All right, let's get into it. I think I'm good. Yeah, let's go.
Would Rhapsody Street Kids have counted in this, Dragon?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
that would have been a
maybe. I guess. I
It
guess.
is technically a movie. Technically,
I mean, is it a Christmas movie?
yes.
Okay, well then, yeah, we count.
Thanks.
As much as you can call a literal flaming pile of shit in the form of animation a movie.
Okay, anyway.
What's the movie called?
Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa.
Okay.
Anyway. Whenever you're ready, Rohith.
Surviving Christmas is the worst Christmas movie of all time. You have Ben Affleck playing a literal man-child that pays his family to pretend to be his family for Christmas, and he terrorizes his wives. There's very little laughs to be had. The acting on Ben Affleck is on par with his performance, his acting in Giggley. like James Gandolfini and Catherine O'Hara rarely do much to elevate the script. There are just moments where actors just say lines. There's just a lot of dead air. There's often times when things are often while they try to be cute, they're oftentimes coming as mean spirited. The valley, the holiday spirit.
The Santa Claus movie that I'm telling you about has Santa Claus facing off versus the devil. And I'm talking about a guy in a cheap devil costume with a plastic pitchfork. And you know what? He doesn't live in the North Pole. He lives in a spaceship above the North Pole with flippin' Merlin. I'm not making any of this crap up. This is a real special that happened. Misty Insider's Theater did it. Merlin, the devil, space. For some reason, he's just watches kids play different instruments for like a half hour. It's so bad.
The Dudley Moore Christmas movie is actually very well done in terms of production design, in terms of really emphasizing the holiday spirit. Whereas Surviving Christmas is just really mean-spirited. It just has wooden performances. And overall, it's just not a fun time. Whereas the Santa Claus is very well done.
I'm not talking about the Dudley Moore movie. It is not that. It is a movie on par with Santa Claus and the Martians. It's the quality is the worst. It has a narrator that talks like this, but it's stupid. And the devil's trying to tempt the kids so they'll be on the naughty list. It is way worse than anything you could ever see. That's why it's on Mystery Science Theater.
Okay. I'm
Laser
gonna.
Dude, your movie sounds amazing.
It sounds definitely sounds like it's so bad it's good kind of thing.
Yeah, like I
will say
this
it's
movie.
a little bit. I will say it's a little bit of this. I'll try to like text you like a trailer or something if I can find it. But it's so terrible.
I mean, I believe it's bad, but it sounds like it's my type of bad. Is all I'm saying.
Well, Jacob, what do you think? Where are you leaning on this?
I think I'm gonna go with Lazerdude.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. It's it's tied up, folks. So
I mean, don't get me wrong. Watching that movie does sound like a lot of fun, but it's one of those movies that's like, oh my god, why did
I'm
they
not
make?
going to deny the way he described it. I was like, wait, what?
It's like he's on Santa on a spaceship with Merlin.
You know, the thing that did legitimately like kind of kill an interest in watching it is like just watching children perform musical acts for like a half hour.
I didn't have time to go into detail with that, but like they go to like there's a bunch of children at the North Pole and they're all playing different songs, but they're all from different countries. So you see how Germany would sing a Christmas song, and then you see how Poland would sing a Christmas song, and it's just you just see Santa creepily staring at them while playing the piano over, and it's the same shot over and over again. They go to the kids, they go to the kids, they go to Santa. It's the same creepy.
Okay, I
shot
need to track down this movie. Like, screw a trailer. I need to find the whole movie.
Oh,
anyways,
he said it was on Mystery. He said it was on Mystery Science Theater 3000, right? I actually
Mystery
found that
Science Theater 3000.
Santa Claus.
What year?
I actually found a link for the whole
1993 episode. It says on
it's season 5, episode 21. I found it on YouTube.
Okay. Anyways,
share that around. I'm telling you, it's the worst.
It's the
final
Dragon round.
Conundrum. We're all tied up, and we don't have any comments that could be used as questions right now.
Yeah, I know, it's a shame, isn't it? So, last question. Right? Yeah. Anyway, so last question. Okay, time for the final round. Which Christmas movie or special should Deadpool crash?
Ooh. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Which version?
Which one?
The animated one.
Which animated
one? The original animated one. The original animated one.
Okay.
Just making sure. Just covering our bases.
To be fair, there's like 3 of them, all right?
I actually appreciate the Illuminations animated one.
Because remember, there is the TV special and the Illumination one.
So, wait, Laser, remind me what your answer is?
It's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original one with Boris Karloff as the narrator.
All right,
Jones.
Okay. So
you mean the obscure Broadway production where Boris Karloff played the Grinch?
KK.
All right.
Cállate, Piñata.
No such thing existed. All right.
So the Chuck Jones one, essentially.
Yes.
Okay, Rohith.
Home Alone.
Okay.
All right.
This one's for all the Marvels.
Dragon, I'm sorry, really quick. Can you just word out the question one more time?
Which Christmas movie or special should Deadpool crash?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so remember, this one's for all Marvels, and we'll be doing this one on the votes.
Okay.
Wait. Someone is echoing.
I think
Okay,
it's gone now.
Yeah, it's
All right.
gone.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
As long as we don't have that weird garble like we did last time.
I
Do not
didn't hear
adjust your
that when I was trying to
television
get back
sets.
on, but I saw that later, and oh my gosh, that was weird.
It's like that. Why do you think I was laughing so much?
Okay,
All right.
I'm ready.
Hmm.
Imagine Deadpool at the How the Grinch Stole Christmas. He is going to be a person that wants things to change, so he is going to definitely be on the Grinch's side. He's going to be like, yeah, those who suck, I'll help steal everything for you. It's going to be like, you're a mean one, Mr. Pool and Grinch. You really are a jerk. You know, it's like, that's what it is, and that's what it's going to be thinking. And then when the Grinch hearts breathes 2 sizes that day, what's Deadpool going to do? He's going to kick the Grinch off of the cliff and take all the toys himself. He's Deadpool. He's a selfish prick. Of course, that's what he's doing. It'd be hilarious.
Deadpool could have such utility in the Home Alone movie. He could be teaming up with the Wet Bandits and trying to steal McAllister's stuff, or he could be teaming up with Kevin McAllister and doing ungodly, horrible things as the Wet Bandits. There's so much utility to Deadpool, especially if he's played by Ryan Reynolds. He can have a lot of witty banter against the Wet Bandits with Kevin McAllister, and he can make a lot of jokes about Chicago, about holiday spirit, and all galore.
I think the problem with your pitch is no matter who he sides with, it's an easy battle. Even Kevin McAllister cannot stop Deadpool, who can heal from any injury instantly, and the Wet Bandits would be done with in seconds, even faster than Kevin McAllister. So it makes the movie now truncated to nothing, as opposed to the Grinch, which it just makes it better.
Deadpool is a hot mess of a human being, and so whatever chaos he brews, it can make the film still last the same length as it was originally. Whereas with the timer doesn't change, moving or whatever. And whereas with Deadpool in the Grinch movie, he's essentially replacing the Grinch with Deadpool. That's kind of boring, and that's really the most generic, least innovative.
Maybe time would be up by now.
Yeah, I have no idea. I can't see it.
Yeah, the timer froze on the screen.
Tiki, did it go off?
Well, yeah.
There it is.
None of us could see it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's good now.
I think it's still.
Do we want to give him maybe 5 more seconds or what? How do we want to do this?
All right, let's just. What do you want to do? Do you want to do it over again, or do you want 5 more seconds?
Do it over again.
Let's do it over again. Just ignore everything he said. It's off the record.
Deadpool as a human being is such a chaotic mess that he would make the film last the same length as it was originally. Whereas with your pitch, you're essentially replacing the Grinch with Deadpool. That's not really unique. That's not really fun. Deadpool is just a chaotic element to make the film Home Alone more interesting, whether with the Bandits or whether with Kevin McAllister.
Okay, I'm going to cast the first vote. For this. I'm voting Rohith on this one because I don't know. I think here's the thing. I think I liked Lazerdudes, but Lazerdude only kind of sold me at the very end of his with the whole he would kick the Grinch and steal the toys. That sounds good, but his lead up though is he's just there. So, Tiki.
Yeah, Lazerdude had about as much depth as the Grinch cameo in Family Guy, honestly. Whereas what Rohith pitch was a legitimate, I could see a whole movie being done about that. So, yeah, I'll go Rohith.
Jacob? Jakey boy?
His mic's muted, so he might be.
Oh, well, that's it. Sure.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted.
Okay.
But my vote doesn't mean much since you guys are both voting for the same person, but I'll go for Rohith as well.
Clean sweep, and not just a clean sweep. It's
the
the victory.
Still on the tree. The tinsel's still on the tree. I still lose.
Yep. Wah, wah.
What sucks is like every single one of these things gets down to the wire of 4-4.
Yeah, it's really weird how that works.
Right at the end. But good game, Rohit. Good game.
Good game.
Wait a minute, Tiki. You gotta,
What?
the crawl. You gotta update the crawl.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Rohit wins.
Yeah, we gotta make sure all the kids know that.
Now that we can upload sound effects, we should upload like a cheering noise.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah.
No, not that kind of cheer.
Not jeer, cheer.
Rohit wins.
All right.
In case the subtlety wasn't there.
Gingerbread question.
Y'all ready for an exposition match?
Not exposition. Never mind.
Exhibition.
All right, we'll just start over explaining everything.
So it was a Monday night, and Tiki had gone. Anyway.
Was it Monday or was it Tuesday?
Okay, Jacob, you and me are fighting this one out, buddy. Rohit is the winner. You're judging it.
Ooh, this is fun. I like this.
Okay.
All right, my answer is an unconventional answer because it's not even an actor, but I would cast the legendary Kiwi himself, Peter Jackson.
Okay, I'll go with somebody who works with Peter Jackson, Andy Serkis.
Okay, that's a solid choice.
It's a good pick.
This is going to be interesting. Okay.
This is the dumbest question ever go on.
Oh, Dragon!
We have a debate about gingerbread houses.
You haven't seen the goddamn light.
What?
You haven't seen the light.
Dragon, you've come up with your own fair share of dumbass questions. So let's
No, that's true. But I mean, really, this one.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Peter Jackson is Santa Claus. I mean, for every film nerd, he just radiates that energy. We all know him. We all love him. He's very much involved in the same culture as James Cameron in the pushing the visual effects forward, pushing the landscape of what can be done on film. And I think he just fits the profile, but he also fits the profile of a slightly exotic Santa who's still, cheery and lovable and huggable.
Andy's Avatar, especially, is a movie that specifically relies on motion capture. Andy Serkis, through the motion capture and all his performances, has led himself to be absorbed into all different kinds of roles, from being Gollum to even Planet of the Apes, and even Star Wars. So all these movies are a bit more on the edgy side of things, but that doesn't mean he couldn't play either a jolly or even a badass version of a Na'vi Santa Claus.
Okay. Right. Yeah, here's the thing with the Avatar technology, though. The mocap in these films is so good that freaking Sam Worthington and a bunch of no-name kid actors delivered super compelling performances. So, I think Andy Serkis just being a mocap guy is kind of a moot point.
Honestly, it doesn't even really matter the mocap, because I'm talking about Andy's performances himself. Like, sure, he's good at mocap, but he's also good outside of that. He's also good at directing, but that's beside the point. Peter Jackson doesn't necessarily have the acting type outside of that. Andy Serkis, he can perform all over Peter Jackson.
All right, Rohit, who won?
I think Jacob won. I think what hurt Tiki in the beginning was that he's like, film nerds love him, and Tiki focused on sort of like what we know of Peter Jackson as like a personality or just a figure in film, and didn't really focus upon what of Peter Jackson's disposition, demeanor could lend themselves to like the Na'vi version of a Santa Claus. Whereas
That's fair.
With Jacob, he emphasized like his experience in mocap. And Tiki, I wish Jacob made this counterpoint to you. He's like, well, if you're saying the mocap is so good that actors that you think are on a quality level have great performances, then Andy Serkis, who's had great mocap performances prior to this, would be even further elevated with the mocap technology. So that's the point in his favor when you think about it. I would think it was kind of surprising considering Lord of the Rings. Like surprising you go with like John Rhys Davis who plays Gimli, or just some or
I
like.
was wondering why didn't anybody go with Matt Damon so he can finally get not being in the Avatar movies off of his back.
I just really
He was
like
offered
the
like
idea
10% of the profits.
I think that Peter Jackson I don't know. I really like the idea of Peter Jackson somehow being involved in these movies and just him being I don't know. It was a total film nerd answer for sure. So Jacob.
If we're going with
cool
other Kiwis, we could even go with Taika Waititi.
Oh, there's a ton of other Kiwis we could have gone with for sure. Yeah, but anyways.
But I would
honestly,
I should have emphasized more of like the thing is the dude has lost a bunch of weight since the Lord of the Rings days. So like
I was gonna say that.
Like 2000, like early 2000s era Peter Jackson would have been freaking perfect.
Heck, Jermaine Clement is in Avatar 2 and
well, that's the Jermaine Clement being in Avatar 2 is actually kind of what gave me the idea for Peter Jackson, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello, welcome to the bonus features of the Lord of the Rings. It's the appendices. Now you'll notice up on the far right that there's a play all button. Go ahead and click that button. It'll be about 3.5 hours of bonus features.
Lord of the Rings bonus features on the DVDs are unmatched to this day in my mind.
But don't forget Lazerdude. Apart from the 3.5 hours of bonus material and documentaries, you also have a ton of countless concept images, artist renderings, all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. In my mind, like if I could do a top 10 list on the top 10 best DVD special features, in my mind, it's Lord of the Rings, then the early Pixar movies, then some of the early superhero movies.
Well,
like
Lazerdude, that's actually a podcast we probably would want to do soon. So hold your thoughts on that.
Count me in on that.
For sure. All right, guys, this has been a lot of fun.
And even when I wasn't playing, I still win.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry not to rub it in or anything.
Yeah.
But congratulations
Good
on
game.
the win. Congratulations on the win again, Rohit. And Lazerdude, better luck next time.
There's always next year.
It's my New Year's resolution to win another.
Yeah, it'll be better next year.
Who knows? Maybe next year you'll fight. Maybe next year you'll win all of them and Rohit will lose.
I should have got the flipping coin.
Wait,
speaking of the words, I want to guess what one of the words is.
All right,
one of the words bah humbug?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. I was avoiding that the entire Scrooge.
I was tempted with it. I gotta be honest. I was thinking about it.
Actually, here are the remaining 4 words: fruitcake, Feliz Navidad, Coca-Cola, which Tiki said.
Yep.
And you'll shoot your eye out.
Oh my god. Okay, what are the odds that would have come up? That's
it was like the one gimme of it's like the one possibility. There's no way on earth anyone's gonna see
you cut out there for a second. What was the last one?
You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah, from Christmas Story. You'll shoot. Oh, never mind.
That's pretty much the condiment king of this episode. The one that we didn't expect to come up at all.
Yeah.
Yet condiment king somehow got brought up twice.
Well, never again.
I mean,
it's pushing over 2 hours. Let's wrap this up.
Technically, the second time you did bring it on yourself.
All right, so let's just take a moment to thank the lovely folks that tuned in, and I want to wish them a happy holiday, whatever that holiday may be for them. We have Z&K Channel. We have Theme Park Priest, Sonia Pantoja, Koski Productions.
Koski. Yeah.
Koski.
Koski.
Yeah, the guy in my corner.
Okay. So, thanks for tuning in, folks. Have a happy holiday. Have a safe holiday, and we'll see you next year.
Make a gingerbread house. Good luck with yours or a hit.
And good afternoon.